G'day guys and welcome to another one of my Digimon ReArise videos. It is a little bit overdue, but we're finally doing another Digimon coming to global video. In this video we're going to check out the JP ReArise release schedule and give you a little roadmap of the upcoming Digimon, plus I'll sprinkle in a few of my thoughts and opinions along the way. As always, things can change on global, and they are, like, drastically. And for the first time ever, I'm going up to the current JP release schedule because global is closer to the JP side than ever before. Global's never been closer, so we're going all the way to the current Digimon releasing that have just released on the JP side. It is the start of December in 2021. So if you're watching this video much later than that, it may not be relevant. Probably about 2 months, maybe 3 months worth of Digimon releases here. Just to give you a little idea of how you can save and spend. Of course, if a Digimon is your favorite, you should always go for them over the meta, in my opinion anyway. Alright, this is roughly where we are now. So Super Mitamon should have released before Heavy Leomon on the JP. I say should have. Did release on the JP before Super Heavy Leomon. We've had the Beelzemon, the Dukemon. Golfmon dropped with Justimon, but Justimon has just released with Mitamamon. So around this stage, we've also had Susanamon and Sukuyamon, and Edamon's out as well. So around about here is where the new releases start. As you can see, the order is completely changed. Personally, I'd recommend going for Heavy Leomon if you haven't already first. Golfmon is really fantastic, and so is Susanamon as well. Haven't spoken about Justimon on the channel. He's not bad. He's more of a, I feel like he's more of a clash battle type of Digimon. He's got a crit multiplier, a pretty good multiplier there. A little bit of defensive support, plus he is a blue killer, so he's definitely more of a clash battle type. He's not bad. He's okay. Let's get into stuff that should be upcoming. Again, this order will probably not be the exact order that Digimon release in. So, Dynasmon and Beelzemon X released together in the first Super Personality X type X antibody banner. The Dynasmon is okay. I actually did pull this guy on JP, tested him out a bit. I get what they were going for with this guy, but I feel like he fell a little bit short. He was kind of meant to be a counter-attack Digimon. He protects himself from everything. Basically, no statuses can affect him, but it's a selfish passive. He's really good in the Underworld dungeon. He's got a taunt, not a cover, a taunt. It kind of falls a bit flat, honestly. He's not fantastic. Personally, I think the Beelzemon is the cherry of this banner. This guy has a revive on his EX skill, which is always good. He's a purple support with power and tech support, plus some evasion there and some selfish protections. He's definitely a good Digimon, especially if you are running some other purple Digimon like Justimon, Golfmon, or Susanamon. He's definitely good to pair with them. After that, dropped another duo banner, the Magnamon and the Rafimon Super banner. These two were in the same banner again. The Magnamon is actually quite good. He is like Jesmon X, but the defensive version. So he's got yellow cooldown, defense boost on his EX skill, defense boost on his passive skill as well, as long as he's on the field. That's a 60% defense boost to all allies. He's got damage limiters, stun and sleep protection, so he's really good defensive support. Plus that yellow cooldown reduction is really good when you pair him with something like Heavy Leomon. He can be super annoying in that terms. Definitely a solid Digimon. The Rafimon, it's kind of weird. I guess to start off, he's an armor level, so he's not even a mega, but he's got really good stats, so it kind of nullifies that anyway. He does fixed damage, which is super weird. Is okay, like 100,000 fixed damage with his sub skill, but yeah, like he's alright. I guess he's more of a clash battle Digimon again. You can use him a little bit in PvP, but he didn't get overly a lot of use. Cherubimon drops as a solo banner. Cherubimon Evil Super Deft type. This guy is pretty cool. He's like a healer. He can get rid of Fade. He can get rid of a ton of annoying things, really. He's got a revive on his EX skill and HP boost, which is always nice. Plus, it gives himself cooldown, so you can spam those heals a little bit more. He's kind of a purple-based healer. He's okay. He gets a bit of use, but he's not top tier. Omegamon Merciful Mode Super. So an upgrade of your OG red Omegamon Merciful Mode. This guy is pretty good. It's a little bit of hate, but I think he's pretty good. He's got crit protection, cooldown reduction to himself. He nullifies stun and skill lock. Some damage limiters chucked in there. Plus a new effect that prevents power down and tech down on all allies for 2 turns. So it's good for a starter battle thing to nullify a few passives. He gives like damage over times randomly to enemies, so poison burn or error to enemies as well. I think he's a fairly solid Digimon. Definitely one of the premier crit protection Digimon that you can run. Definitely worth looking into. After him, this was around Halloween, so I don't know if they'll muck this order up here. We got Noble Pumpkinmon and the Myotismon Clash Battle. Not Clash Battle. Yeah, it was a Clash Battle event, actually. The Noble Pumpkinmon can be toxic in some lineups. He's got like a cleanse of Fade and a few other things. Actually, having a look here, it is everything. It's Fade plus all statuses, plus a revive on that sub skill. He's pretty annoying because he also gives status ailment increase to enemies, 50%. HP to green allies, protects himself. He's got an auto revive. He's basically he sticks around a lot and he makes statuses really prevalent. He's a really good annoying support Digimon. I quite like him. I went pretty hard and I didn't pull him, and I would have loved to have pulled him. The Myotismon is okay, Clash Battle event, so he's free to play. Definitely worth farming up. Craniumon and Jukemon again drop at the same time. I love my Craniumon. He's really, really cool. Craniumon X. He has a passive ability which can automatically apply poison at the start of battle. It's a 50% chance that when you start the battle, they already have that poison on them. Of course, you can prevent that with status protections from other Digimon passively, but it's really cool because it synergizes with his kit. His main skill also applies poison. His EX skill also applies poison. Plus, he does extra damage to Digimon, 3 times damage if they have poison on them. So definitely a good damage over time. Digimon, I really enjoy using him. Just because his passive allows you to manipulate the AI a little bit. Like you can force heals against certain teams and manipulate it a little bit that way. He's fun. The Jukemon X Antibody Super Personality, he's okay. Again, he's more of a Clash Battle type Digimon. His passive is not fantastic, I don't think anyway. HP to blue allies, minus block rate, which is meh. Electric shock paralysis and 2 stacks of evasion, so nothing crazy there. He's got some good multipliers. He can pump out some good damage, but personally I don't think he is that amazing, especially with this guy releasing soon after him. Imperial Dramon Paladin Mode Super Calm. This guy drops on his own banner. He can remove pretty much everything. His EX skill removes positive buffs, and his including crit protection, and his sub skill can remove negative buffs, defense and damages debuffs on your team. Plus he hits really hard with his main skill, 5 times crit multiplier, and it hits 3 times, so definitely juicy there. Plus he's got a nice tech damage resistance, block rate reduction, 5 stacks of evasion, and he has an Omegamon Merciful Mode style effect, except it is for defense down. So pop this guy on and you don't have to worry about defense down passives, which is nice as well. Banjo Stingmon drops shortly after. I really like my Banjo Stingmon. I have him on JP. I'm using him in my current team. I think he's pretty cool. He's got 2 cover effects. His his EX skill gives him auto revive. You can take a few hits. His main skill gives him another cover, plus it removes auto revive effects. Plus he's got a really unique effect where his counter attacks, apart from dealing 10 times damage, remove evasion and damage limiters, counterattacks and normal attacks, which is really, really cool as well. Plus, he has one of those fury effects where when he drops below 50% health, he clears a few statuses, plus he gets a tech boost and a HP recovery, which is cool because that triggers on his auto revive as well, which is nice. After that is another Omegacha, the Omegamon Ultra B Super Brave type. This guy can be pretty annoying in PvP. I've definitely, if he activates this Fury mode, he can be really powerful. He's pretty selfish in his passive, but he can definitely hit pretty hard. His EX skill, 60% chance of fade, 10,000 shield. Like, he's pretty tanky, he hits pretty hard, he can spread a few statuses. Plus, if you can get him into that Fury mode, he is definitely quite powerful. 120% power, 50% health, not increase, heal, and clears himself of basically everything, so really good there. Alphamon Super Brave drops next. This guy is one of the OG Megas, so it's great to see him getting a super personality. He's also quite annoying in PvP. Again, a self-revive on the EX skill. He can cancel evasion. Huge multiplier, like 4 times crit, hits 3 times, stacking power as well. Protects allies from block rate down, which a few Digimon previously have had in their passive. More block and power and tech damage resistance, plus cooldown for red allies. So definitely can be annoying, especially on a red-centric team. So Rafimon Super is actually a free Digimon. He's in a ticket banner, so the first free super personality Digimon. He's also the first super personality to ignore block. It's a shame that he has quite a low multiplier, but he does hit 3 to 5 times, so a random amount between 3 and 5 on that main skill as well. He's not bad for a free-to-play Digimon. I don't have him. I haven't had a chance to test him out, but I would love to pull him and try him out. He's not bad. He's okay. These 3 guys are just master rank eggs. Nothing too crazy there. There's definitely better things to spend your master rank coins on. Another Super X banner drops after this. So this is the 3rd one. The first one is the Dynus Beelzemon. Second one is Craniumon, Dukemon, and the 3rd one is Magnamon and Kentorosmon or Slepmon X antibodies. The Magnamon X, despite looking cool, I don't think he's that fantastic. He kind of falls trapped to the original Magnamon X, not the super version. He's okay. He can hit hard in the right situation, but I haven't found too much trouble with him. If you do want to read more into these guys, definitely check out the database and you can look more in depth. I'm just trying to get through. We're nearly at the ends now. Kentorosmon X antibody, the super type. This guy is a green cooldown and green 100% tech in his passive. So he's a really powerful green support, which is nice to see. He pairs well with Craniumon X, of course. His EX skill hits really, really hard. Plus, it clears some negative things on allies. So a really nice green support there. Personally, I prefer the Slepmon over the what's his face, Magnamon X. Crusadermon, pretty along the lines of Alphamon, actually a pretty similar build to the Alphamon, which I just spoke about. Again, has auto revive, which pretty much like pretty much every friggin' release has these days. It is easier to clear, but it can be annoying, and that is on the sub skill. Oh, just reading it now, actually, it's one ally self-revive, so it can go on herself or it can go on another ally, which is kind of like the Lilymon effect, which is pretty cool. Again, Brave support, HP for Brave, defense for Brave, protects Brave from defense down. Just another red support. Pairs really well with the Alphamon, who can provide that cooldown reduction as well. Can be a really annoying combination. Jesmon is some calm support. This guy provides blue allies with, all allies, sorry, with crit rate, removes 80% HP recovery. So if your opponent's running lots of healers, you're not going to be seeing much benefit from healing. 80% reduction is huge. Tech boost, protects all allies from power and tech down, similar to Omegamon Merciful mode. Just a good blue support that can hit fairly hard as well with the EX and main skill, which is nice to see. Rafimon Super, I do have this guy. I got this guy to pair with my my goodness, my Banjo Stingmon. This guy's pretty cool. He's got a revive on his EX skill. He's a universal support. He can give power and tech to allies. He's pretty good, plus his purple cooldown. I don't mind him, but I definitely would recommend saving for a later release. It pretty much covers everything this guy does and more. Next DFQ is a super type. It's a Mega as well, which is pretty cool. Mega Dynasmon DFQ Super Brave type. So you can farm this guy to 4 stars, max his skill out, max all his plugins in, and get a nice juicy 4-star on your team. If you want to check this guy out, definitely read up on him. After that, the Gallantmon Crimson mode dropped first, and then I'll talk about the final 2 X antibodies, and then we are fully up to date with the current JP. The reason I said you should probably skip Rafimon is because this guy can pretty much do everything he does. He's more focused on tech and blue Digimon, but he has universal cooldown for all allies, plus his EX skill can add another stack of cooldown, which is really, really cool. He ignores block with his main skill. His sub skill is really, really high multiplier, plus he stacks tech on basically all his skills. He's a pretty powerful Digimon. After him, the final X antibody super banner for now. Anyway, this is what, the 4th set, Blackwall Greymon X and the All-Force Vidramon X. I'm actually slightly disappointed with these two, to be honest. The All-Force Vidramon X lost the thing that made All-Force X great. He's still got the fade, he's still got the All-Force effect where he goes first, but he lost that awesome power tech boost that he gave to his allies. You could start the match, have 100% tech boost to your green allies, and just like absolutely wreck shot from there. He's lost that, which is a bit annoying. He does have a really high cooldown, 95% cooldown reduction on that main skill, so you can pop that twice in a row, and that's a 20 turn debuff, 100% chance to fade, defense reduction. Not bad, but slightly disappointing in my opinion. Obviously, this guy's just come out, so we'll have to see him in action a little bit more, but at this stage, nothing crazy. The Blackwall Greymon X, also, I'm not overly thrilled with what they did to this guy. There was so much hype around this guy. He's kind of like a Banjo Lilymon style healer. He can remove poison, burn, error, darkness, fade with this skill that does no damage, 50% heal. Plus, it gives crit protection for 5 turns every time he pops that. He's got a 90% tech buff to blue allies, some evasion. He gives more evasion with his other skills, but nothing too ridiculous either. Like, he's okay. He's a good blue support, but he's not crazy. To be fair, none of the Super X antibodies are that ridiculous. These two are okay. These two are pretty good. The Sletmon's probably the best of these bunch, and Craniumon and Jukemon are okay as well, but they're not crazy. Some of the other releases are definitely a lot better. Alright, now what you've been waiting for. What should you summon for? What am I summoning for? Again, this is my personal opinion and my roadmap. Dude, you summon for what you like. It's really up to you. And all of these Digimon can be used. It depends on what type of team you want to run. Hard skip for me on this banner. I do want to test out the Beelzemon, but I think I'll pass on this one. Also, I'm going to go a little bit in for Magnamon because I want to pair him with my Heavy Leomon as a defensive cooldown support. Rapidmon I'm not too fussed on. I'll pass on Cherubimon. I'm going to go in on Merciful mode because I need new crit protection on my global account. I do like Noble Pumpkinmon, and I will be summoning for him as well. Statuses, revives, heals. This guy does a lot, and it can be super annoying in certain compositions. Probably skip Craniumon and Jukemon. Imperial Digimon Paladin mode, maybe dip a little bit. I do have this guy in JP. I quite like using him. Banjo Stingmon I love. I'll definitely dip a little bit into this guy as well. Skipping Omegacha, I skip most Omegamon gachas unless something really stands out like the Super Tenacious Alter S, but other than that I normally skip Omegamon gachas. They're only up for like 48 to 72 hours anyway, so if you're not fully loaded, you don't really have time to save for them. I do like Alphamon, and if I pull Alphamon early, I'll probably go in for the Crusadermon, the Lord Nightmon. So that will be dependent. These two will be dependent on how I go with my previous pulls. Definitely skipping this one, skipping Jesmon, skip this guy for the Gallantmon Crimson mode. Still uncertain about these two. So as you can see, there's a few skips, a few you could summons. Depends on, you really need to start thinking about what kind of team you want to run in the future. Again, it's not full reds or full blues or full purples or whatever. It's mixed teams, but you need to think about synergy and which Digimon will work well together. Guys, if you have any questions, definitely let me know down below. You can check out this database at digirerise.com if you want to have a look at all of these things. Again, this is up to date with the JP version. We're getting close, and if they keep releasing double banners, I don't know if they're trying to get close enough to release a like cross Digimon that goes to both versions at the same time, maybe around Christmas time. That's purely speculation though, and we will see what happens there. Guys, let me know down below, what is your roadmap? How are you going to summon in the next couple of months? Let me know when this video is getting a bit out of date, and I will do an updated version. Other than that, best of luck with your pulls, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!